The next aspect of our lean roadmap we're going to talk about is education. Now, when I say education, most of you hear training. What's important is that these words are not synonyms. Training is a tool that we can put in our education roadmap, but it is not the only thing. However, it does have certain advantages. It's very controlled. I can have two different groups being trained on different ends of the world, and I still know what both groups went through. I know what content they heard. And if two people met that went through the same training, they understand what the other person has been through. It's also very efficient. I can have one trainer put 30 people in a room, and in an hour or a day or multiple days, I get a lot of information conveyed. It also has some downsides. First of all, it's episodic. It's not connected real time to what's going on in my world. And I have to pull away from my work in order to go to training. It's also not tailored to my learning needs. Everybody in the class gets the same learning, and it's not tailored to exactly what I need to understand. But education has its place as a component, as a tool, as a specific technique within our broader education plan. A favorite technique of mine in the training bucket is Cascade training. With Cascade training, each level in the organization trains their direct reports. If you're sitting in a class being taught by your boss, you know that they understand the topic, and they can observe whether you apply it after the class is over. Furthermore, if you have to turn around and teach the same content, you're going to understand and prepare like you have to stand in front of a group and be prepared. Finally, the actual process of standing in front of a group and teaching a topic and answering questions along the way gives you a tremendous opportunity to challenge your own thinking and understand the topic better. I believe the teacher learns just as much, if not more, than the students in most classes. There's tremendous benefit in Cascade training, but understand it also requires tremendous commitment to get that benefit. Coaching is another essential tool in the education bucket. In many ways, coaching is the polar opposite of training. Training was efficient and highly consistent. Coaching, unfortunately, is not. It's a 1-to-1 ratio, and I get a wide range of different coaches and coaching experiences. However, the problems with training are that it's not at the point of activity and not tailored to the individual's needs. That's exactly where coaching fits in. It's at the point of activity with real problems and real learning gaps that the coachee has. So coaching is a very effective tool to help each individual person learn, because all of the experiences that the coach puts them through help their own personal development. Also, just like training, coaching helps both the coach and the coachee. Both parties can learn a tremendous amount from their mutual learning experience. Coaching requires a focus on the methodology behind that coaching. Ultimately, we want every manager to be a coach of their own employees. But the how of coaching is important. Most people think that they coach by offering little nuggets of wisdom throughout their day and the many conversations they have. But this isn't coaching. Coaching is helping people go through a process of self-discovery, helping them learn through a process. Coaching is a significant investment and is not just about sharing your wisdom, which are small training moments. What's important is if you're going to use coaching as part of your lean roadmap, that you develop a common methodology through which your organization can coach the people they are working with. A very underrepresented tool in the education toolbox is reflection, both self-reflection and group reflection. Reflection means, what do we take away from an experience? Whether that experience is an improvement, a project, or reading a book. Do we take the time to look at that experience and understand what worked, what didn't? What am I learning from that, and how I can apply that moving forward? Going through that experience of reflection in a structured way can be a very powerful learning tool that we don't capture enough of in our organization. Consider if your organization does a Kaizen event. Does it take even 10 minutes at the end of that event to stop and ask people, what did you learn from that experience and how can you apply that going forward? If not, that's a missed opportunity to leverage that as a learning experience for people. There are many tools in the education toolbox. You need to find the right fit for your organization's needs and how you plan your application so that you can get the most learning for your organization going forward. Education is not just training. Education is how your organization grows and understands over time.